Hi, welcome to this series on preparation for your TGPSC groups exam. Today we'll be looking at some questions on the topic of analysis which will help you solve the logical reasoning part of the exam. Let's begin. So this is your first question. You will be given some statements and then you will be given some questions based on these statements. So you have to analyze the statements that are given. So here the question says there are 7 professors A, B, C, D through G and they are teaching 7 subjects, namely history, geography, physics, chemistry, maths, biology and English. And they're teaching this from Monday to Friday at a college. And each professor teaches a different subject. So each professor can teach only one subject. And not more than 2 subjects are taught on any one of the days. So any one day from Monday to Friday has the maximum of 2 subjects. And we are given 7 statements. So when you're given so many statements and details, it's always good to tabulate the information so you can track and put your analysis in a tabular form. Alright, so let's start with the first statement. It says that chemistry is taught by Professor B on Tuesday. Okay, so Professor B teaches chemistry and he teaches it on Tuesday. Okay. Second one says Professor D teaches on Friday but neither geography nor physics. So we do not know what D teaches, but we know that he teaches on a Friday. Okay, F teaches history but neither on Thursday nor on Friday. So F teaches history. Let's keep the day like that right now. A teaches English on the day which history is taught. Okay, so A and F teach on the same day and A teaches English. Okay, and Professor C teaches maths on Monday. So C teaches math on Monday. And geography and chemistry are taught on the same day. So chemistry is taught on Tuesday, so geography is also taught on Tuesday. Professor G teaches on Thursday. So G teaches on Thursday. Okay. So let's now try to fill in the rest of the information. Okay, so if chemistry and geography are taught on the same day, so it should be taught on Tuesday. So geography, whoever teaches geography will be teaching it on Tuesday. So you're done with Monday, Tuesday and Thursday and Friday. So you're only left with Wednesday. So that means that history is taught on Wednesday as well as English, because it is said that history and English are taught on the same day. So you're left with Wednesday. And let's say you have geography on Thursday, right? Geography and chemistry, geography on Tuesday, they're taught on the same day. So here you can fill in that it will be geography and Tuesday, because there is no other day that is possible that you can fill in here. And there's no other place where you can fill in geography because it has to be Tuesday, and this was the only entry that was left empty along with the day and the subject. Now you're left with what does D teach. So D doesn't teach geography nor does he teach physics. So let's see. Out of all the subjects, we are done with history, we're done with geography, we're not done with physics, but it is clear that Professor D does not teach physics. So what is the only entry where physics can go? That is Professor G. And what else? We're done with chemistry, we're done with maths, and what subject is left over? Biology. So D teaches biology. So this is how you fill in your table. So now that you have all your information together, let's answer the questions. So your first question will be, on which of the following days is English taught? So you will always have to refer back to the table to find out the answers. So English, right? English from this table is taught on Wednesday. So the answer is Wednesday. Now the second question. Which of the following subjects is taught by Professor G? So here from this table we see that Professor G teaches physics. So answer is physics. Third question is, on which of the following days is geography taught? Okay, back to the table again. Geography is taught on Tuesday. which subject is taught on Friday? From this table, we can see that biology is taught on Friday. So this is biology. Which of the following pairs of professors teach on Tuesday? So we know that Tuesday is chemistry and Tuesday is geography. So it is B and E. So there is no B and D in the option. So the answer is none of these. Let's look at the next question now. So again, you're given some information. It says A, B, C, D, E and F are cousins. So there's 6 people. None of them are of the same age, but all of them have birthdays on the same date. Okay, so the youngest of them is 17 years old, and E, who is the eldest, is 22 years old. F is somewhere between B and D in age. A is elder to B and C and A is elder to B and C is elder to D. Okay, so we are given 6 people who are of different ages, and we are also given that their age ranges from 17 to 22. So there are 6 different possibilities. They can be either 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 or 22. Okay, so there are 6 people, 6 different ages, and it is given that E, who is the eldest, is 22 years old. So we know that E is the one who is 22 years old. We need to fill in the rest of these blanks. We have some other information given. We are given that F is somewhere between B and D in age. So it is not given whether B is older than D or B is younger than D. So it can be either ways. And we know that F has to be between B and D. Okay. And A is elder to B. Okay. So wherever A is, A will always be to the right of, wherever B is, A will always be to the right. Okay. That means it is greater, its age is greater. And C is elder to D. Okay. So wherever D is, always C will be on the right. So let's see what is not possible. So they're saying that D is 20 years old. So is this possible? Of course, if D is here, we can say that B is here, F is here, and A should be on the right of B and C should be on the right of D. So this is very much possible. So this is not the right answer. F is 18 years old. So from this arrangement itself, we can see that A can be 18 years old, definitely. And okay, let's see if F is 19 years old. F is 19 years old. We can have B here. We can have, D here, and we can have B here. Okay, and C should be to the right of D, so we can have C's age here and we can have A's age here. So this is a possibility. So this is also not the right answer. So if F is 20 years old, okay, and we know that F should be between B and D, and let's say there is B somewhere here and there is D over here. And we know that E is always fixed. E will always be 22 years old. It is the eldest. So we have other conditions to fulfill, that is C is older than D. So C should be to the right of D, where it has, this is not a possible combination. Even if you switch the places, if you say, because we don't know whether B is younger to D or D is younger to B. So both these conditions, let's check both the conditions. If say D is here, F is 20 years old, F is in this position, and we can say that B is here, then again we have to see A is elder than C. So we need another place here between 21 and 22 to fit in A, which is not a possibility because they're all different ages. So this is definitely not possible. So the answer is F, being 20 years old, is not possible. Now let's look at the next question now. Again, based on the same information, you have if B is 17 years old. So you have 6 people who are the 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 or 22. And we always know that E is fixed. E will always be here. E is 22 years old. Okay. Now this question, it's saying that B is 17 years old. Okay, if B is 17 years old, So now they're asking what could be the ages of D and C respectively. Okay, so we know that there should be F between B and D. So there should be B, F and then D. So if D is 18 years old, right? Is it possible that F can come between B and D? It cannot. So automatically all these three options become invalid and the only possibility is this. So D is 19 years old and you can say C is 21. You need F here, A here. Let's see if it fulfills the rest of the requirements. A is elder to B. So A is 20, B is 17. So yes, that makes sense. A is older to B. And then C is also older to D. So C is 21, D is 19. So that also is making perfect logical sense. So the answer option is B, 19 and 21. Let's look at the next question. So based on this information, we have the third question that says that if two cousins are between C and F, then which of the following must be true? Okay, so you have cousins who are 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. You know that E is always going to be at this position. E is always 22. Now we have C and F and we have two cousins in between. And okay, now let's check which of these following must be true. It's not that it can be true, but it must be true. So let's see that A is between F and D. So let's try to disprove each of these choices one by one and check if it is possible. Okay, so let's say if A is not between F and D. Let's say A is here. Sorry, A is here and D is here and B is here. So here in this arrangement, A is between, F and D, right? So, I'm sorry, let's put B here and D here. So this cannot be true because, this is true because A here is older to B because it is right of B. And C here has to be to the right of D, so this is not possible. Let's try in another way if we can disprove this. So, let's say that C is here and F is here, okay, and A is between F and D. So let's put D here and B here. So we have here A is older to D, C is older to D, A is older to B in this arrangement, and A is definitely not between F and D, but this is a possible arrangement. So we have disproved that this doesn't necessarily have to be true. Okay, now let's check if the next option, if that has to be true. If B is, say, 17 years old, and what is this question saying? The C and F, okay, and there are two cousins between C and F. So you have C dash dash F, and F always comes in between B and D, right? So if B is here, D has to be to this position, that is at age 21. And if you're saying in this arrangement, you can directly see that C will always be younger to D. So this is not a possible combination because C has to be older than D. So this again doesn't have to be true. So let's see that if B is younger to D. Okay, so we can say that B is here. We have F, then we have D, we have C and A and E. This is a possibility, it can be true. But can we rearrange it such that B is not younger to D? And we can see if that's a possible combination. So we can see that if we have D, then B, and we have F, and we need 2 in between C. So C should be older than D, so it should be here, and A. So yes, this is a possibility. B does not have to always be younger than D. So let's see that if F is 18 years old, does F always have to be 18 years old? So we have F here, which is between B and D, and again we have two cousins between F and C. So this is C, and yeah, so we can have A and D here, or we can have D and A here. Either way, F is 18 years old, and even in these two conditions that we just saw, which are possible for the earlier thing, we see that F is always in this position. So F is always 18 years old. So this is something that has to be true. So the answer option is D. Let's look at the next question now. Okay, with this given information, you're saying that A is 1 year elder to C. The number of logically possible orders of all 6 cousins by increasing age is. Okay, so you have 6 cousins, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. Okay, and you know E is over here always, and you are saying that A is 1 year elder to C. So C and A will come as a combination like this. And you know that A is elder to B, so B has to come on the left side, and you know that F is somewhere between B and D. Okay, so we can have we can have B, D, F and this thing. In this way, we have A which is older to B and C is older to D. Right, this is possible, but can we say shift B or D to the right side of C and A? It's not possible, because both these conditions need to be satisfied, where A is elder to B, so it has to be on the right of B, and C is also older to D, so it has to be on the right of B and D. So the only arrangement that is possible is C being 20, A being 21, E will always be 22, and here you have 3 ways. You have B, F, D or D, F, B, because F always has to be between B and D. So these are the 2 logical combinations that are possible. Nothing else is possible, because we cannot move the positions of the other cousins. So there are only 2 possible orders. Let's look at the next question now. Okay, it says that C is 19 years old. Then which of the following must be true? Okay, let's look at that. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. E is 22. C is 19. And you know that C is older to B and A is older to, C is older to D and A is older to. So D can either be 17 or 18. Okay, so they're saying which must be true. So D can be 17 or D can be 18. Okay, and if you're saying that F has to come somewhere between B and D in age, if you have D here and C at 19 years old, and you have F here and B here, but you need A to the right of B because A is older to B. So this is not a possible combination. If D is over here and we have so D being 18 is not a possible this thing, so D has to be 17. So when D is 17, so we need A always to the right of B. So let's say A is here, B is here, then F will be here. So B has to be 20. So this is also not the right answer. So if B is 20, if B is 18, it is definitely not possible, because if D has to be 17 and B is 18, then F cannot come in between D and F. So this is also not a possibility. And so let's see when B is 20 years old. So B is 20, that is a possibility we have checked. So we have B, A, E, C, and F will, D will come here, D will come here and F will come here. Okay, so so D is 21 is also not a possibility, so we can cancel out this. So the answer is option C. This is something that has to be true. Let's look at the next question now. Here we are given a fresh question, fresh information. So we have Hotel Park in Hyderabad, which has 2 wings, the east wing and the west wing. Some rooms in the east wing, but not all, have a lake view. Okay, so we have 2 types of this thing. east and west. Some rooms in the east wing have a lake view. So it can have a lake view or it can have no lake view. And all in the west wing have a park view. So all the rooms in the west have a park view. Okay, the charges of all the rooms are same except, okay, first is there is an extra charge for all the park view rooms on or above the 3rd floor. So for the extra charge in the west wing, right, the park view rooms are in the west wing, and all the floors that are greater than, when floor is greater than equal to 3, you will be charged extra. And there is an extra charge for all the lake view rooms except those without a balcony. Okay, so there might be some rooms with balcony and some rooms without balcony. So you are charged. Let me use green here. You're charged extra for this. You're charged extra for those with balcony. Without balcony, there is no extra charge. Okay. Now we have some park view rooms on the first 2 floors, and there are some east wing without any lake view, but they have kitchen facilities. Some of these have kitchen facilities, some of these do not have no kitchen facilities. So those which have kitchen facilities are charged extra. Similarly here as well, he said that here there are some rooms with kitchen facility and those without kitchen facilities, and these are what? These are in the first 2 floors, because if it is in the 3rd floor or higher, it is already charging extra. So here this our floor is less than equal to 2, first 2 floors. If there is a kitchen, it's charged extra. Okay, now we have okay, so there's an extra piece of information where they say only the lake view and park view rooms have balconies. So we know that all of these rooms, west wing rooms, are park view rooms, so everybody has a balcony. And these lake view rooms, some have balcony, some have no balcony, but those which do not have lake view have no balconies here. Let's look at the first question now. So the question says a guest can avoid extra charge by requesting which of the following? A west wing room on one of the first 2 floors. So if you choose a west wing room on one of the first 2 floors, it can still have a kitchen, right? We saw there's a condition here where in the first 2 floors you have a kitchen, so then you're charged extra. So this is not the right answer. So if you request a west wing room on the 4th floor without a balcony, so on the 4th floor, if there is if it is above 3rd floor in the west wing, there will always be a charge. So this is also not the right answer. And next, what is the option? An east wing room without a lake view. So if you choose a no lake room in the east wing, it's still possible that it has a kitchen, so therefore you have an extra charge. So this is also not the right option. And if you request an east wing room without a balcony and a kitchen, so if you have an east wing room and it has no balcony, even if it has lake view, it has no charges. And if it has no lake view, automatically we know that only if there is view, there is balcony, right? If you are requesting no balcony, it is not having any lake. And here, if it is having kitchen, you will have an extra charge. But if you request no kitchen on top of this, you will definitely have no charge. So the answer option is D. So both these pieces of information were crucial to this, for avoiding extra charges. Let's look at the next question now. So, which of the following must be true if all the conditions are as stated? Okay, so answer option is all rooms above the 3rd floor involve an extra charge. So, can we say that that's always true? Okay, above the third floor is always charged if it's in the west wing. But in the east wing, there could be some rooms which are above the third floor, which have a lake view, but they don't have any balcony. Or they have no lake view and they have no kitchen. So they could still be not charged. They could still not have charge. So this is not the right answer option. A room without a lake or a park view or kitchen facility involves no extra charge. Okay, so let's see that it has no lake view, no park view or kitchen facilities. So it does not have park view, so it is definitely not in the west wing. It does not have lake view, so it is here, and it has no kitchen. So yes, this is true. So this must be true. A room without any three of these facilities will involve no extra charge. Let's look at the next question now. Okay, which of the following must be false if all the conditions are applied? It should be false. They're asking which of these is false. So some lake view rooms do not involve any extra charge. So are there any lake view rooms? Yes, those without balcony have no extra charge. We can see here. So this is true. So this is not the right answer option. All rooms with kitchen facilities involve an extra charge. Yeah, here we have seen that is it possible? So if it has kitchen facilities, it will definitely be charged. Okay, so there could be room in the east wing which has a lake view, but it has no balcony, right? Okay. So here it is not specified whether here if a room having a kitchen will be charged or not, right? So this answer option, we can say when it is so definite, it is saying that all rooms with kitchen involve an extra charge. We cannot say for sure, right? Okay, let's put that aside. Let's check the other two options because this is a little iffy. Some west wing rooms above the second floor do not involve an extra charge, which is not possible. We know that all park view, that means park view is nothing but west wing rooms. All the west wing rooms of park view above the third floor have an extra charge. Sorry, on or above the third floor, that is above the second floor. So this is true. So this is not the right answer option. And some park view rooms do not involve a extra charge. Yes, definitely. There are park view rooms in the first two floors which do not have a kitchen. So they definitely do not have an extra charge. So this is also true. This is also not the right answer option. This is the right answer. Answer B. Let's look at the next question now. Which of the following cannot be determined on the basis of the information given? Whether there are any rooms without a balcony for which an extra charge is imposed. So can we say for sure if there are any rooms without a balcony for which an extra charge is imposed? So here, when there is no lake, we do not know whether they have a balcony. So we know that they have no balconies. And in the first two floors, so if there is no kitchen, there will be no charge, right? So they could have a balcony and they couldn't have a balcony. So there's not a definite answer for that. So let's see what the statements are. They're saying that any rooms without a balcony for which there are any rooms. So we cannot say for sure if there are any rooms for which without a balcony for which this charge is imposed. We can say that there are some, right? So yeah. And so whether any room without a kitchen or a view involves an extra charge. So for a room to have no kitchen or no view, they have to belong to the east wing and have no kitchen, no view, so they do not have any extra charges. So we can say for sure, right? That is something we can definitely determine. So whether two extra charges can be imposed. So this is definitely an information which we do not know, right? So this is something we cannot determine. So we know that this option is not cannot be determined, and this option cannot be determined for sure. This can be definitely determined. So the answer option is 1 and 3, that is answer option C. So those were some questions on the topic of analysis for your logical reasoning in the groups exam for TSPSC. Hope they will help you in your preparation. Thank you for watching.